You could do everything right, track every calorie, hit the gym 5 days a week, cut carbs completely, and still wake up with the same belly fat you went to bed with. Here's why. Fat loss doesn't start in the gym. It starts in the first 60 minutes after you open your eyes. I'm Dr. Ben, and in the last video, I showed you why Japanese people stay lean without obsessing over exercise. It's not genetics, it's environmental design. They structure their lives so their biology works for them instead of against them. But there's one piece I didn't cover, the morning routine. Because while you're brushing your teeth or scrolling your phone, your body is making a binary decision. Burn fat today or store fat today. And that decision is locked in before you've even left your bedroom. Let me show you the mechanics of why this happens and how to fix it. The moment you wake up, your brain triggers a hormonal event called the cortisol awakening response. Cortisol is a stress hormone, but it's not inherently bad. In the morning, it's supposed to give you energy, sharpen your focus, and mobilize fuel from your cells. But here's the problem. Your body can't distinguish between good stress and bad stress. It can't tell the difference between waking up calmly and waking up to an alarm, grabbing your phone, checking emails, and slamming coffee. If your nervous system interprets the morning as chaotic, cortisol doesn't just spike, it stays elevated. And when cortisol stays high, your body enters survival mode. In survival mode, fat cells lock down, especially visceral fat, the dangerous kind wrapped around your organs. Visceral fat has 4 times more cortisol receptors than subcutaneous fat. Your belly is biochemically wired to hoard energy when stress is detected. So even if you eat clean later, even if you work out, if your cortisol was elevated at 7 a.m., your metabolism is already set to store, not burn. This is why people can do everything right and still struggle with belly fat. They're fighting their biology instead of working with it. Now here's the contrast. In Japan, obesity rates are 4.5%. In the United States, 42%. We covered the environmental factors in the last video, but the Japanese also protect their mornings. They don't rush. They don't start the day in reactive mode. They build calm into the structure of waking up. And when cortisol stays controlled, fat burning turns on automatically. Let me walk you through exactly how to do this. 5 steps. All of them take less than 30 minutes combined. None of them require willpower, just structure. Step 1. Rehydrate with minerals before anything else. Most people wake up and immediately reach for coffee. That's the first mistake. After 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated. You've lost roughly 1 liter of water just through respiration and perspiration. Your blood is thicker. Your heart is working harder to pump it. That physical stress raises cortisol before you've even stood up. Worse, your adrenal glands, the organs that produce cortisol, run on electrolytes, specifically sodium and potassium. When those minerals drop overnight, your adrenals compensate by dumping more cortisol into your system. Then you pour coffee on top of that. Coffee is a diuretic. It dehydrates you further. You're amplifying the exact hormone you're trying to lower. Here's the fix. The second you wake up, before you do anything else, drink a large glass of room temperature water with a pinch of high-quality sea salt and half a lemon squeezed in. The water rehydrates your blood. The sodium signals your adrenal glands that resources are abundant. The potassium from the lemon balances electrolytes. Cortisol drops within minutes. This isn't about health trends, this is basic physiology. Hydration plus minerals equals lower stress hormones. That's step 1. Step 2. Get natural light within 30 minutes of waking. Your metabolism doesn't run randomly. It's controlled by a master clock in your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. This tiny cluster of neurons dictates when you feel awake, when you feel hungry, when cortisol rises, when melatonin puts you to sleep. If this clock is misaligned, cortisol stays elevated all day. You feel wired but exhausted. You crave carbs constantly. Belly fat accumulates no matter how hard you train. The only reliable way to reset this clock is light, not artificial light, natural sunlight. Most people wake up, turn on LED lights, or immediately look at their phone screen. That's artificial blue light at maybe 500 lux. It's bright enough to confuse your brain, but not strong enough to properly signal morning. Your hypothalamus interprets it as twilight. So instead of a clean cortisol spike followed by a drop, you get a weak, prolonged, anxious hum that lasts for hours. Here's the solution. Within 30 minutes of waking, Step outside for 5 to 10 minutes. No sunglasses. Just direct exposure to the sky. Even on overcast days, natural light delivers over 10,000 lux. That's 20 times stronger than indoor lighting. Those photons hit your retina and trigger three simultaneous events. First, a sharp, healthy cortisol spike followed by a steep decline. This is the pattern you want. It creates alertness without prolonged stress. Second, your circadian clock resets. Your body recognizes it's morning. Hormones align. Hunger signals normalize. Third, serotonin production begins. Serotonin is the precursor to melatonin. By exposing yourself to light at 7 a.m., you're programming better sleep at 10 p.m. tonight. Light exposure isn't optional. It's the primary signal your biology uses to regulate energy, mood, and fat metabolism. That's step 2. Step 3. Delay caffeine by 90 minutes. This is where I lose people. This is where the resistance starts. But this single shift will do more for belly fat than any diet you've tried. You need to wait 90 minutes after waking before you drink coffee. Not 60, not 75, 90. Here's why. While you sleep, your brain accumulates a byproduct called adenosine. It's the molecule that makes you feel sleepy. During the night, your brain's waste clearance system, the glymphatic system, flushes most of it out. But when you first wake up, there's still residual adenosine floating around. Your body is transitioning out of sleep mode. It's not fully awake yet. If you drink coffee immediately, caffeine blocks adenosine receptors. You feel alert, but the adenosine doesn't vanish. It just backs up like water behind a dam. Around 2 p.m., when the caffeine wears off, that dam bursts. Adenosine floods your system. Your energy collapses. Your brain panics. What does your body do when energy crashes? It releases cortisol to stabilize you. That's an afternoon cortisol spike, the exact opposite of what you want. And when you crash, what do you reach for? A snack, usually something sugary. Blood sugar spikes, insulin spikes. That energy gets shuttled straight into belly fat. All of this triggered by coffee at 7 a.m. By waiting 90 minutes, you let adenosine clear naturally. You let your body complete its own wake-up sequence. When you finally drink coffee at 8.30, it enhances your energy. It doesn't hijack it. No crash. No afternoon cortisol surge. No sugar cravings. No fat storage. That's step 3. Step 4. Walk slowly for optic flow, not cardio. Most people think morning fat loss requires high-intensity exercise, burpees, sprints, HIIT workouts. Terrible idea if you're already stressed and carrying visceral fat. High-intensity exercise in a fasted, high cortisol state creates a hypoxia signal. Your body perceives lack of oxygen as danger. More cortisol gets released. You're biochemically reinforcing the problem you're trying to solve. The real solution is counterintuitive, a slow forward-moving walk. And the key isn't calorie burn. It's something called optic flow. As you walk, visual information passes through your peripheral vision. Trees, buildings, sidewalks move past you. That continuous forward motion gets processed by your amygdala, the brain's fear center. Research shows optic flow calms the amygdala. It lowers anxiety. It lowers cortisol. Evolutionarily, forward movement meant you were in control. You were navigating, not trapped. Your body interprets that as safety. A 10 to 15-minute walk outside in the morning delivers a double signal. Light exposure plus forward motion. Your nervous system receives the message loud and clear. We're active. We're in control. We're safe. That's when your body finally gives permission to access belly fat. That's step 4. Step 5. Avoid your phone for the first 30 minutes, the final rule, and it's non-negotiable. No phone for the first half hour after waking. No notifications, no emails, no scrolling. When you check your phone immediately after waking, you flood a neurologically fragile brain with dopamine and cortisol at the same time. You're reacting to other people's urgencies. You're absorbing bad news, social comparisons, artificial obligations. Your sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, kicks in instantly. Before you've even stood up, you're telling your body the world is chaos. Lock down, store fat, prepare for survival. By delaying your phone, you protect your biochemistry. You give your parasympathetic nervous system rest and digest, a chance to establish baseline calm. This isn't about mindfulness. This is metabolic strategy. A brain that starts the day in reactive mode stays reactive. Cortisol stays elevated. Belly fat stays locked. A brain that starts proactive stays proactive. Cortisol drops. Fat becomes accessible. That's step 5. Here's the complete protocol. Wake up. Don't touch your phone. Protect your nervous system from immediate stress. Drink mineral water, room temperature water with sea salt and lemon. Rehydrate your blood and support your adrenals. Step outside. Get 10 minutes of natural sunlight. Walk slowly. Let optic flow calm your amygdala and reset your circadian clock. Wait 90 minutes. Then drink your coffee. Let adenosine clear naturally so you don't crash later. That's it. That's the entire system. Your cortisol drops instead of spiking. Your body stops hoarding energy and starts accessing it. Fat cells unlock. Belly fat becomes available for fuel. You won't crash at 2 p.m. because you didn't spike cortisol at 7 a.m. By lunch, you're not starving. By mid-afternoon, you're not hunting for sugar. By dinner, you've eaten 30 to 40% fewer calories without effort. And here's the beautiful part. It's not discipline. It's not motivation. It's not suffering. It's alignment. You're finally working with your body instead of against it. Most people start their day fighting their own physiology. They shock themselves awake with screens and stimulants. They override their natural cortisol rhythm. They block adenosine with caffeine. Then they wonder why they're exhausted, inflamed, and can't lose the weight. When you follow this protocol, you stop fighting. You start flowing. Fat loss becomes a side effect of a system that's finally in balance. This isn't a diet. It's not a supplement protocol. It's not a workout plan. It's a rewrite of the operating system your body's been running on. In the last video, I showed you how Japanese people design their environment to make fat loss automatic. Smaller portions, healthier convenience food, built-in movement, structured meal timing. This video is the other half. The morning routine that sets your hormones up to burn fat instead of store it. You don't need to move to Japan. You just need to protect the first 60 minutes of your day. If this makes sense to you, if you're done with diets that don't work, and you're ready to understand how your body actually functions, subscribe to this channel. I break down the science behind every strategy so you understand not just what to do, but why it works. Drop a comment. Share this with someone who's been stuck for years, someone who's tried everything and been told it's all about willpower. Show them the truth. It's not willpower. It's biology. Your body isn't broken. It's not stubborn. It's just been operating on the wrong instructions. Starting tomorrow morning, you get to change that. I'm Dr. Ben. I'll see you in the next one.